Assalamualaikum and a very good morning, to our respected speakers from Universiti Malaysia Sabah and to all the participants, who are joining our webinar this morning. All right. So, my name is Azrina Kamaruddin. I am the senior lecturer from the Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology, UPM. I will be serving everybody here as a moderator, and I have my assistant here, Mr. Jivan, and another person I can't remember your name. Sorry. So thank you, CADe-Lead, for the invitation. So I also would like to say a good morning to all the CADe-Lead directors and deputy directors, probably who are in this online webinar this morning lah. So our title for today's or this morning webinar is Openbook at UMS, Empowering Educators to Create Inclusive Open Textbooks Ecosystem. So we are very lucky, to have with us, to share knowledge and experiences from Universiti Malaysia Sabah. So later we will hear a sharing session by Professor Fong Fook, Puan Salmi Jepun, and T.S. Noor Hapipah Samat. So before we begin with our webinar today, I will briefly read the Prof. Fong biodata. So Professor Fong Fook served as the Director of the Center for E-Learning, Universiti Malaysia Sabah. He spearheaded the development of a national policy on inclusive open educational resources, or IOER, as a UNESCO consultant. He also actively contributed to various UNESCO initiatives, such as development of the Jana OER Action Plan 2017, guidelines on the development of OER policies, and the UNESCO adopted resolution on recommendation on OER 2019. Recognized for his exceptional contributions to multimedia education, Professor Fong received the prestigious Endeavour Executive Award from the Australian government. In addition, he was honored with the prestigious Malaysian Higher Education E-Learning Maestro Award 2019. Recently, Professor Fong was invited to the UNESCO World OER Congress on the 19th to 20th November 2024 at Dubai, United Arab Emirates, to share on his insights concerning IOER policy. All right. And Puan Salmi Jepun is a Deputy Director for Center for E-Learning, Universiti Malaysia Sabah, while T.S. Noor Hapipah Samat is head ICT head division, as well as Timbalan Ketua Pegawai Teknologi Maklumat Kanan at the Center for E-Learning, Universiti Malaysia Sabah. So I think to all the participants, so I encourage you to take this opportunity to ask questions, so that we can also together in UPM or in any organizations you are, we can also provide an inclusive, and accessible resources, to all people lah, in this world especially. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask, you can also this is like informal webinar. So you can write your questions in the chat, or you can also switch on your camera and audio. You can directly ask to our speakers, your questions. So without further ado, I welcome Professor Fong Fook, to share his experiences, and knowledge for the title Openbook at UMS, Empowering Educators to Create Inclusive Open Textbooks Ecosystem. The floor is yours, Prof. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for the privilege and the honor to be invited to share our experience from UMS. My name is Fong. I am the director for the Center for E-Learning at UMS. And together with me is technologist Puan Noor Hapipah, who is our Ketua ICT in Center for E-Learning. And also we have Puan Sami, who is online somewhere, who is the Deputy Director. And also supporting us right now is Shai Datul. Okay, so we are here together coordinating to share our little experience. Let's open up the PowerPoint. Yeah. So as mentioned by Dr. Azrina tadi, there is a form that has been sent out. So I think Mr. Jeevan has already sent out to everyone. Please fill in, and I'd like to look at the responses over there. Okay, Shai, can you please open the form? The form itu dalam you punya, no, the response is in your WhatsApp. Okay. Oh, okay. Ada respon? Okay. I cannot see. Okay. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so just very briefly, we will go through the feedback that you have given. By the way, dear colleagues and dear friends in Universiti Malaysia, in the UPM, this will not be a very, very formal session. It will be more of a dialogue, more of a sharing, more of a conversation. So along the way, as I'm sharing, you can feel free to put any comments that is in the chat or any question in the chat. And you can also unmute to give any question. Let it be a conversation, let it be a dialogue. At the same time, I will also be actually looking at the Padlet where you can put in your comments as well as any question. Okay, so for a start, we will just go through for a moment. So the first item was, please indicate your level of agreement with the following, and that is, I have used materials under CC license in my teaching, learning, and other work. So strongly disagree. Are there any? So we have strongly agree. Where's the response? Yeah. Okay. So we have a range of participants here, I can see. I've created and labeled materials to Creative Commons. That means those of us who are involved, and there's a range again. I've created new contents by remixing. Okay, so again, strongly disagree, the majority over there. I'm familiar with the launching and objective of the inclusive IOER policy. Okay, so we're not familiar. I've created OER using AI. I've developed ebook for my course. Okay, thank you so much for the feedback. So I can see that there's, of course, a huge string because there are those, who are very, very familiar with OER and remixing OER, especially using AI. This is where Dr. Chong and many other colleagues in UPM are doing. And there are also those of us here that are still coming on board. So I hope they know that at the end of this session, we all might be inspired to consider coming on board in a more aggressive and more constructive and more aggressive manner. Okay, let's go on. We go back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Now, in the second slide here, is where I give you the QR code as well as a link to a CADe-Lead. And dear participants, I like this session again to be a very interactive session. So please feel free, okay? And inside there, I put in a few columns. So the first column is a high introduction. So if you don't mind, you just go into this CADe-Lead, and then you just put your name and also which faculty you're from. Just a hello there, okay? Then later on, along the way, that is where you can, put in what your response concerning the strength, concerning the weaknesses, concerning the opportunities, and also the ancaman, the threats, concerning what we are sharing. Okay, my sharing, Puan Hapipah, Puan Sami, okay, our sharing, whatever concern you have, throw it in any of the column. Afterwards, we'll be looking at it and we'll try our best to give our response. Okay. So I'd like to just wait for a moment to see the hello column to see whether you are able to get in. So can we spend just about 30 seconds just to say hello there? Open the button. The link. Okay, we have one hello over there by the nickname of a careful trot. Okay. Ahmad Nasir from Human Ecology. Salam sejahtera. Yeah, Dr. Azrina, our moderator. Hisham from Artistic Dragonfly. Okay. Hakim, good morning. Farah, yeah.
Prof, strength in terms of what? Applying OER?
Yes.
The strength that you mentioned? Is it
Yeah,
the
I just want
strength
to
of...
see whether you can just put in the high intro there. Yeah, but I know some are putting it elsewhere, it's okay. But as long as you are able to say hello, yeah, Manisa dari SPE, okay, Daniel Mokhtar, your teaching fellow. Okay, Jane, good morning. From Bintulu campus. Oh, okay. You got a Bintulu campus, huh? Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay. So, thank you so much, and please continue to say hi over there. I will come back to the PADe-Lead here, and then Puan Hapipah will be helping to look at your PADe-Lead, and if there's any comment that need some feedback, we will provide the feedback accordingly. Okay, or any questions and so on. Okay, let's begin. Thank you. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. So again, at the PADe-Lead, any concern, you just put it into the PADe-Lead or in the chat. Okay. I say concern because OER, now just now from the feedback, we can see that there are some of us who are not too familiar with it or are not practitioners yet concerning OER. And there are good reasons because some people are still very skeptical concerning, because we are academic, we are brought up in the world of copyright. So whatever that we do, we know that by default, whatever we share in the social media or in journals and so on, they are all copyrighted. So it is your right to protect it. And memang betul sekali. Okay. But along the way, as we discuss, please be open, okay? And you give your feedback accordingly. What do you think are the opportunities to enhance academic productivity if we should be implementing OER and the Creative Commons licensing, the open licensing in your teaching and learning? And of course, some people will be saying, hey, why should I get involved in something else called OER? Apa insentifnya? Are there any support given by the university? So these are things that we can bring it up. I wonder whether Dr. Wan Johannes is around here. Wan Johannes, are you here? Dr. Azrina? You're here. Okay. Okay. Go on. Next slide, please. Yeah. So whatever that we do, we are supporting the realization of the Sustainable Development Goal. And there are 17 of them that are identified as the big problem in the world. So OER, IOER, Openbook, is recognized to be able to support the realization of SDG 4 and SDG 10. And this 4 and 10 is actually able to affect all the 17 SDG concerns over here. So that's how important it is. This topic is so important. Okay, go on. So, dear colleagues, try to follow, along this discussion and this discourse. We are all educators. We come from different faculty, from different expertise. And our job as an academic in the university is in the world of education. We are all educators. So we share to our students concerning our knowledge, concerning our skill, concerning our research finding, our passion in our area, we share. And because of the internet connection, we are also able to share globally. Go on. So because of the online medium that we are using these days, and especially after the post-COVID, so there have been a lot of usage of multimedia digital content and a lot of curation by students, a lot of curation by lecturers. But there's always one concern that will be regulating us, and it is copyright. And memang is correct because everything that is available online by default are copyrighted and we must recognize it. Go on. By the way, when we say copyright, apakah itu yang boleh di-copyrighted? Copyright protects the expression of ideas, but not the ideas themselves. So, dear colleagues, if we have a great idea that is formulated in our thoughts, in our brain, it is not copyrighted. But the moment we put it into an expression in any medium, whether it be a journal article or whether it be in any of the social media or platform, then it is by default copyrighted. You don't have to put the C symbol over there. By default, all are copyrighted. Okay, go on. So as educators, we want to share. And the internet memang enable sharing. Just with one click and whatever that you want to share goes around the whole world. But our sharing is always restricted and it's always limited by something called copyright. Go on, please. For example, if you take any of the books, that are published, the conventional books, so there will be a copyright page there, kan? And then there will be a phrase there that says all rights reserved and no part of this book may be reproduced in any form or electronic or mechanical means. And it says without permission in writing from the publisher. So this is one term, this is one istilah that we normally miss. Okay, we normally say, I bagi citation cukup lah. But the publisher is saying in that book, permission must be given by the publisher in writing. So did you write to the publisher? Did you write to the author to get a response? This is something, that we as supervisors of our PhD and our master student, we used to encourage them, kan, please write to that particular person or whoever, to get the written permission and put that permission black and white as a lampiran in the thesis. Okay, well, anyway, all in all is that this is something that is a healthy practice, okay, to get written permission. Why? Go on. Okay, when things are copyrighted, it simply means that all rights reserved are there. Okay, that's copyrighted by default. And if we do not comply to that, there are consequences, dear friends. Copyright can bring in legal, it's a legal offense. We thought that in the academic world, we just share. But be careful of how you share, okay? So the consequence, for example, Harvard University president, just a few months ago only, had to resign because somehow they checked up some of our articles, and especially a PhD, and just because of the way that it was quoted and not cited properly, it was assumed, that it was her work and it infringed copyright. Maria Carey, right now itself, there is somebody suing her for $20 million because there's a song where there's a co-writer, and that co-writer was not credited in a proper manner. So she is getting all the benefit today, while the other person who was involved had been the sideline. Hey, people will come after you after 20 years, after 10 years when you become popular and very rich. Okay, the consequence of copyright is a big legal issue. Next, please. Copyright claim, for example, okay, now this is something that we who are YouTubers among ourselves, as well as among our students especially, we tell them to produce some videos and they put it into the YouTube, and on the day of the assignment to be submitted, they come and tell you, ayo, tak boleh access. And that excuse is real, it's real, because the video had been taken down by YouTube. Why? Go on. Okay. So sometimes, our student or ourselves, okay, I'm not too sure how many of you have this experience. If you have experienced having a strike before, you share something in YouTube, and then somebody it comes up with this particular warning strike number 1. It means a copyright owner asks you to take down the video because they believe it contains materials that violates their copyright. Maybe use a piece of music that is copyrighted. Maybe use a graphic that is copyrighted. Okay, Next one, you may get strike number 2. Okay, after 1 month, this is a real case, you know. And then next one, okay, and then after a few days, you still don't take it down, then strike number 3 come in. And when strike number 3 comes in, your channel is terminated. All your videos will be removed. And that is where many of the YouTubers, they lost all their videos by hundreds that have been done, and no, you see, not able to monetize your YouTube videos. So all your efforts are lost, and they do not allow that particular you, the specific person, to have a new channel. So they control it. So it's a violation. Of course, there are ways, you know, to recover it, but I will not discuss today. But what I mean to say is that it is a legal offense. Okay, copyright is a legal problem among ourselves and our students. Anyone where you have heard of this experience before from yourself or from the student, please put strike, put a yes. Okay, I don't know, from Hapipah, you can see the chat. Is there any response? Okay. Okay. Go on. Yeah. So the question now is, how can we avoid copyright strike? Okay, so the safest way, of course, use your own created contents. Okay, let's say YouTube. Okay, get written permission from the author or the publisher, or use OER with CC license. And this is where our main sharing is about. On one hand, you know, our tajuk is concerning open book, but myself and Puan Hapipah and Puan Sami, we feel very strongly that we should be giving you the background, you know, on our open book actually stands upon berdasarkan all this background. So next slide, please.
Prof, can I ask you questions?
Please.
Okay, just now, can you move to the previous slide? Okay, we have 3 ways. So if we apply the right written permission, we still need to apply for OER?
Okay, that's a good one. So this is where along the way, when we talk about OER, the advantage of having OER, that license actually is called CC BY, okay, license. So under Creative Commons, permission had already been granted. So if you go to Google search, you know, and they look for an image, and then you look for CC BY punya images, you can use it without seeking permission. Any videos that are under CC BY, you don't need seek permission. Okay, because permission had already been granted under this Creative Commons licensing. I will just respond to this extent, Dr. Azrina, for now.
Okay, thank you, Prof.
So, tak perlu permission. Permission already granted. Okay. Go on. Okay. So, in 2012, there is a Paris OER declaration, and there's a link down there. By the way, all these PowerPoint slides are given to you, and I think Mr. Jiwan will be sharing with you. During that time, there is a declaration that calls on government worldwide to openly license publicly funded education materials for public use. So UNESCO recognized, you know, copyright problem, and especially among the academics or researchers. Okay, so Malaysia is a member state of UNESCO. Altogether, there are 194 member states. So especially we, Universiti Awam, okay, dear colleagues, we get all the research money, the funding dari mana itu? Public money. And the public money that comes to us, 100,000, 300,000, a billion. And after we have completed our work, the public wants to know, hey, Dr. Azrina, I heard about that particular project you were doing. I'd like to read more about it. What is your hasil? Then Dr. Azrina will say, boleh, you please refer to that particular journal. And then the journal you go in, high impact journal. Congratulations, Dr. Azrina. But ada paywall. Ada paywall, mesti bayar untuk bacanya. Hey, what is this? Our work have been hijacked. Okay, so this is where, you know, the copyright controls and limit our sharing. Can you see that? So UNESCO is saying, hey, we should come up with another kind of copyright. Go on. So this is where we are, you know, all rights reserved. And of course, the other extreme is those that are in public domain. You know, some materials that are already online, let's say I share, and after 50 years, selepas saya meninggal dunia, then it will automatically become a public domain. But I don't want to wait until 50 years after saya meninggal dunia, then only it becomes public domain. I want it to be now. Boleh tak? So that is where we come up with, UNESCO come up with a license called Creative Commons. Can you hear?
Yes, Prof. Okay, we can hear.
Okay, but someone is in the chat saying that tak dapat dengar. Dr. Ahmad Nasir, say can't hear. Okay, the rest say boleh. Okay, so Nasir, probably you check up your technical part. Okay, thank you. So there is something called Creative Commons licensing where some rights reserved. And our open book is changed upon this license. Our IOER policy, the main core of it is actually Creative Commons licensing. And that's where I'm going to share. Go on. So the Creative Commons here is actually regulated by 4 symbols. And that is a BY. The moment you see any items that is having CC BY, it means you must attribute, you must bagi citation, must bagi credit, which is normal to us academic. If you see a share alike punya symbol, it means that, you know, CCBYSA, then that material that you use, if you use it in your book, then you must also use license CCBYSA also there. You must follow because you want to propagate the CCBYSA licensing, you see. And then if you see an NC, non-commercial, it means that, you know, hey, you can use my video, but don't take my video and you just edit and put into another video and sell the video and make money out of it. Tak boleh. Okay, so you cannot generate revenue out of my work. Normally people say that, but if you should write to the publisher or the author, maybe you can come to a certain understanding and you share your $500,000 to him. No derivative, it means no modification allowed. Okay, seboleh-bolehnya jangan pakai ini lah. But there are certain work, you know, in the arts, in the music, poetry, for example, poem, they don't allow you to have any derivative, no modification. So it is understandable. Go on, please. So out of these 4, so that is where we can come up with these licenses. So you can see the top one, public domain, that is the most free. And then there's a CCBY, CCBYSA, CCBY NC, non-commercialization, CCBY NCSA. And these top 5 of them falls under OER definition, which means that they freely you can use it. At the same time, perpetual permission is given to engage in these 5R activities. So if you go into YouTube, you go into Creative Commons punya videos, you take it, and you can retain it, you can reuse it, you can revise it, you can remix it, you can redistribute it. It is an OER. If you go and look into a textbook, you know, and that particular open book is a CCBY punya book, it means you can take the whole book from MIT, for example, and you can take a portion of it and put into your website. You can take a portion of it and put into your notes and give to your student. Do you need to have permission from them? No need. Permission telah diberikan dari license Creative Commons. So you see the big difference over here. Okay, copyright, you mesti dapat permission, written permission. In this case, permission already granted. Now, this is the big plus over here, isn't it? Especially when you're using materials you know that are coming from well-known professors. Okay, and then practicing this. Okay, so afterwards we will look at some examples. You can revise it. What do you mean by revise? You can take that portion and you can translate it into Bahasa Malaysia, and you can give it to your student, whether it be at university level, whether it be school level, whether it be at kindergarten level, no problem. You can take that portion and put it into and make it into a video, make it into an animation. It belongs to you. Now, there you are, there you are. Some of you will be now saying, Professor Fong, what are you talking about? How can I take somebody's work and then translate it and then say it's my work? That, dear friends, is Creative Commons licensing. There is a call to support open licensing work called OER. Okay, so I hope you please keep yourself open, okay? Then later on, when you have time, you go into Creative Commons, go into the website, and you can read the licenses over there. You can remix. What does it mean? Okay, I'm writing a book, for example, now, okay? And then I can take a portion from an expert, and I can see that, wow, you produced a video upon what I wanted to do. And it is CBCBY. Thank you, thank you. Can I use it? Yes, I'm going to take it. And I'm going to support my writing. Hey, wait a minute. I need a piece of music to support this particular portion. And I can see a CCBY there. Hey, I'm going to use it. Hey, and so on, and certain graphic, the best, of course, is you produce everything yourself. 100% original, no problem. Okay, but due to our limitation of time as an academic, we are also busy. So if we can get a team of people, able to support us, that'll be good. But if we don't have the team, you don't have the fund to add this team, how about you go out, and reach out to all the experts in the world who are supporting and contributing to OER. Now, that, dear friends, is the basis of our open book in UMS. And after you remix, you can redistribute. What? Mana boleh? You remix and you form a book, and that book, you are the editor. But please remember, dear friends, dear colleagues, citation is so important, okay? Those in the public domain, they say, biarkan, no need, I don't need the cited. Okay, no problem. But biasanya academic, we cite. But the rest are all CCBY. You can see the BY there. Okay, it means you must bagi citation. Otherwise, it's a legal offense again. Okay, and of course, down there, those non-derivative, boleh-bolehnya jangan pakai lah, because you cannot take that particular graphic and you put it into your notes, then it becomes a remixing already. Go on, please. So OER, okay, is regulated by the 5R. And the word open here refers to free permission, okay, of the 5R. And please remember that the permission is given perpetual and irrevocable. So somebody who has already shared it, you go into Creative Commons, you go into OER, you go into Google search, and you put the CCBY, it comes out. Those contributors is saying, silakan pakai, silakan apply the 5R. And that permission irrevocable, selama-lamanya. Granted. Okay, so can our heart, can we academics who have been spending so much time doing our research work, and then are you able to come up with this philosophy of sharing OER? Now, please ponder upon it. What are the strengths? What are the weakness? What are the threats, of me sharing? There are concerns. There are concerns. So, dear colleagues, please, in the Padlet, put in your concerns over there. And they are real. And we will attempt to provide our feedback. Okay. Next slide, please. This is the definition of OER. This is given in 2019, and it says this. It's from UNESCO. Open education resources, OER, are learning, teaching, and research materials in any format and medium that reside in the public domain or under copyright that have been released under an open license. Where we are talking about Creative Commons is one of them, and that's the most popular. They permit no cost access, free, reuse, there you are, repurpose, adaptation, and you can distribute by others. So it can be it can be a photo, it can be an image, it can be a piece of music, you know, even your micro-credential, even your MOOC, people are contributing as OER. If you go into OER University, you go into MIT, you go into Stanford, Harvard, you will see many of the OERs are available for us to use according to 5R. Next, please. So again, this is where our open book project in UMS stands upon, okay, that people can take our work, okay, and retain it. You can reuse it in whatever ways. You can revise them. You can modify. The word revise is you can do almost anything. That means you can take a book, okay, that is under CC-BY, for example, dear colleagues, and you can localize it according to the context in Malaysia. You can take away the diagram and take the photo and put your local photos and local diagram over there. You can reword and rephrase. What? It sounds strange, isn't it? But that is what CC license is about. Allow you to revise the text, allow you to revise the graphic, the images, the simulation. Strange, isn't it? But for especially those of us, you know, who back that we are not familiar with OER and CC, I welcome you to be open-minded to consider this world. And then you'll be saying, hey, Prof. Fong, you orang di UMS gila, mana boleh buat begini? Then I will tell you afterwards, you know, that who are the people who endorse this particular OER and open licensing? The Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Higher Education. Afterwards, we'll listen to them speaking, okay, how they endorse it. And even Professor Aslinda, the current one, okay, our Director General. Okay, go on. Who are practicing this? The best example, of course, is MIT, okay? Due to time factor, I will not go into it, but for those of us who are not so familiar, any one of you who have used MIT and who have visited this place, can you just put in the chat MIT, yes? Or those of you who have never been there before, just put MIT, no. Okay. And if you go there, then I put that 2021. Yesterday night, I just checked again. There are now 2,600 courses that is made available free. When I say free, it means the syllabus, you know, the notes, the PowerPoint. Hey, the video lecture. You want to gubarkan your sukatan pelajaran, your whatever, you want to look at the questions, you can go there. They made it available free for you. Okay. So I hope, you know, for example, Nomi, please, afterwards, tonight itself, look into MIT. Look at your course. Okay. And Mas Liana, okay, and Nurul, can you just unmute? You don't mind? Normi, atau Nasiana? Oh, sorry, I mean not Nurul. Okay, those of you who have used MIT or visited before, can you please respond in just 30 seconds? What do you find the benefit of coming to MIT website, OCW? Please
Hello.
unmute. Yeah,
Hi,
please.
Mas Liana.
Yes.
I always use their website to study for myself before I enter my class.
So very smart, Melinda. Very smart. Okay. And memang, okay, these are, we don't have to reinvent our wheel in many areas. Headache, in looking for quality materials, but here the professors are sharing it. And that is a philosophy. Because MIT philosophy, they are the first people to actually start sharing. To them, everything that we have, we share. And to them, real education, then they say, hey, then people don't have to come to MIT. They say the real education is not sharing just like that, passively people receiving it. You, after looking at our quality notes, our quality video, our quality lectures, you will come into our campus and interact with our professors. That is real quality, meaningful learning. Okay, the philosophy is that. Okay, and the rest of you, thank you so much for your response. And please, those of us who are not familiar, please be seated. Go on, please. Okay. This is also one place, press book. For example, there are more than 7,000 books over there that are all CC licensed. And you will see that there are many professors that have are contributors over here. They are quite particular about being reviewed. Okay, so due to time factor, I may not go in, but again, you want to look for a textbook, you can go in, okay? And especially when you are, why not use your book, okay? But at the same time, you want to write your own books for your own course. How about that? And you can use and refer to this CC textbook, OER textbook, and permission already granted. You can use the diagram, you can use the video, you can use any portion, any chapters, or even the whole book and add your chapter in. What? I'm saying that, I'm declaring it very strongly, okay, that you can do it. Afterwards, upon Hapipah and Sami will be sharing, considering how we actually make use of press book in our open book project. Go on, please. This is very important, and it's remixing OER, where we can combine the original or the revised content with other materials to create something new. Okay, so you can mesh up. And of course, when you mesh up, you got to follow this kind of rubric. For example, if it is CCBY, then you use CCBY printed materials, you find that you can remix in any manner that you want. But be very careful, those yang non-derivative punya, jangan pakai. Act all the way, non-derivative. It's a big no, because later on, again, you can look at the example of the president of Harvard. People now, nobody click a dead dog, they call it like, nobody, people don't bother, let you use. But one day when you become like Mariah Carey, earning by the billions, people come and take you to court. Okay, warning. Diffusion of OER. So practices related to OER, being a consumer or being a prosumer, being a contributor, generally speaking, through research work, we find that just about 3%, universally speaking, are the risk takers who are innovators who dare to not only use, but create OER. There are also the extreme 16%, who are the laggards. And the laggards are the one who says, leave me alone. Don't even tell me the definition of OER. Whatever I'm doing works. It works for my student. That's good enough. Okay, and the majority of us, are the mainstream adopters. So it can be the early or the late majority, or you may be an early adopter. We hope that at the end of this 3 hours review, dear friends, you may shift, okay, from being a laggard to become an early adopter. Those who are late majority or early majority, we hope that you can have a shift towards becoming innovators. So I believe in your university, the 3% is more than 3% over there. Okay, many of you are taking initiative and become leaders actually in that area of being innovators. Go on, please. Okay, those are the laggards, who are so busy, in their own world. It works, somehow. But we're telling you that OER can enhance your productivity. Still don't believe? Laggards. Okay. Diffusion of OER again. So this is normal curve. Okay. Go on. And we hope, that there will be a shift. So be the champion of OER and IOER. Again, UNESCO and also many researchers and many gurus are saying that these 17 global goals or concerns can be improved with OER supporting it. Go on. Commonwealth of Learning has also done a lot of research work concerning the benefit of OER and how it affects academic performance. So this is one of their research papers, save time, replace expensive textbook, and that is what actually Openbook is all about. Later on, I will share, but wait, back. Zero cost quality textbook for students. What? Yeah. If you apply OER into coming up with textbook, again, not many of us will be skeptical. Mana boleh? I produce textbook, I take 3 years to produce it now. And I'm expecting some generation of revenue. Yes, please, by all means, go ahead. But at the same time, if those of us who wants to produce, a certain portion of our book as an OER, then it's able to reach out to actually our B40 students and so on. There's another, philosophy behind it. Affordability, no cost, okay? And we can customize according to our CLO. Immediate continuous quality improvement. Just imagine, your book that is an open textbook. Tomorrow, my students can have new videos inside it. Simplify access, okay, with BYOD, improve student outcome, interactive, hands-on engaging, higher order thinking. So, memang OER is able to support through all the different contents in different format, okay? Is able to benefit, have all this benefit. Go on, please. So in 2019, dear colleagues, this is all the background, and as you see, Dr. Azrina, you see, I'm not touching on Openbook yet because the core, the fundamentals of our Openbook stands upon a strong belief and practice of all this background. Unless you're bought into this, otherwise you cannot practice Openbook. Okay, so in 2019, UNESCO had got a recommendation on OER declaration, and it was in November 2019. Okay, this recommendation on OER, I happened to be in the core group in 2017, 2018. We were already working on it. Okay, go on. Now, these are the 5 areas of action. Dear colleagues, these are the 5 focus objectives that must be converted into action. And who are the people who supported all this? All the 194 member states. Malaysia is one of them. Our minister at that point in time, our senior minister of education, went over there to endorse it. Okay, after I show you some pictures. Number 1, building capacity of stakeholders to create, access, reuse, adapt, and distribute OER. And that is where those of us in the blue, in the feedback, we are doing it. People like Dr. Chong, Wan Johannes, and many more of you are doing that. Developing policy, supportive policy for OER, encouraging inclusive, equitable, quality OER. That is where we responded to 2 and 3. Nurturing the creation of sustainability model of OER, promoting reinforcing international cooperation in OER. So these 5 areas at the moment, MEPTA, and MEPTA, is the Malaysian, our Council for E-Learning Coordinators, okay? And also Semua Universiti Awam are actually working on all this. Go on, please. So how did Malaysia responded to this? Go on. So this is where we work together with UNESCO, with MEPTA, with myself, the Malaysian Center for E-Learning at the time, and then with UNESCO, and also the funding comes from Hewlett Foundation, but it came through UNESCO, okay? And you can see inside there, Dr. Chong, UPM is there. Dr. Wan Johannes is also in here, but the time due to official function, she was not here. And you can see that all Universiti Awam are represented over here. We have also, in the center there is Mr. Joe Joronaka from UNESCO Paris. UNESCO Ferdinand is from UNESCO Philippines. Professor Karim is there, okay? Prof. Surya, and Dr. Azrina is there. Dr. Azrina, we know the director for BKA, and I think many familiar faces are over there. Dear colleagues, this is the hasil, and this is, you are able to access it, okay? The link is given over there. Again, the core of this IOER policy is the license. Okay, so that's where I'm spending time just now on the license. Okay, and this is where the directive on how we continue to promote OER and make it inclusive. Go on, please. You can see all the logos of all the universities are down there. So that is where, in 2023, that time our senior Minister of Education, Muhammad Razi, okay, addresses the UNESCO General Policy Debate in 10 November 2023. And it was then, and this IOER policy was endorsed. And personally, our commissioner of UNESCO in Malaysia, personally, flew to UNESCO to hand in by hand. That's what I was told. Okay, that's how important. And it's now used also as a benchmark. Go on. This is Dr. Taufik Jelasi, who is still the UNESCO Assistant Director General for Communication and Information. So the #1 man concerning ICT is Dr. Taufik Jelasi. And he says this: Malaysia's inclusive OER policy is the first of its kind in national level public policy setting, building more inclusive and equitable access to quality education. And he says that this can become a benchmark to the world. Okay, next one, please. We'll come back to look at the video in a moment. At that point in time, we have our Minister of Higher Education, Dr. Sri Dr. Naraini Ahmad. Okay, and she says this: the IOER policy will provide direction in the design, development, and use of IOER in Malaysia. And, dear colleagues, the Minister of Higher Education at that point in time, Dr. Naraini Ahmad, is a visionary. Memang, okay? And she bring it up before the cabinet, and even this policy have been gazetted by the parliament, our cabinet, okay? Because it went through almost 2 years, of engagement with all ministries. Go on. We will listen to her afterwards. I think this is a very familiar face to you, kan? Dr. Taufik Yap Yun Hin, who is now with you in your university again, and he was at that point in time our Vice Chancellor. And he was saying this IOER policy is expected to empower and transform differently enabled individuals in Malaysia. We see vital to their inclusion in society and their contribution to the greater good of humanity. Now, I feel strongly, that Dr. Azrina, we will listen to 3 of them. But by the way, again, that point in time, the director of BKA who supported this project is Dr. Wan Johannes. the VC at that point in time, Professor Taufik Yapyuddin. And all these leaders, visionary leaders, are from your university. So I'd like to say on behalf of UMS, terima kasih, UPM. Dr. Azrina, as I say, we are sharing just our experience. You all are way, way ahead. We are just executing. Okay, let's go into the first Taufik. Okay, let's listen to this for a moment. It's just a few minutes. Let's listen to him. And what is your response? Please, what is the SWOT from what you hear? Please put it in the Padlet and we'll come back to it later on. Feel free, please.
Your Excellency, Dr. Nouraini Ahmed, Minister of Higher Education of Malaysia.
Are you able to hear, Dr. Azrina?
Yes,
Yes.
clear. Yeah.
Go on, please.
Dr. Wan Zuhainis, Director of the Academic Excellence Division of the Ministry of Higher Education.
There you are.
Dr. Nurbiha, President of the Malaysian E-Learning Council for Public Universities, dear UNESCO partners and Open Education Resource Funds. This month, Malaysia's representative to the 41st session of UNESCO General Conference, His Excellency Dr. Radzi Jidin, Senior Minister of Education and Higher Education, announced the finalization of Malaysia's national policy on inclusive, open educational resources. Today, I take sincere pleasure in participating in the official launch of this new national policy for Malaysia. Malaysia's inclusive OER policy is a first of its kind in national level public policy setting. It's unique in that it reinforces the role of open educational resources in building more inclusive and equitable access to quality education, specifically for persons with disabilities. Around the world, the increased adoption of open educational resources has been shown to support a more inclusive access to affordable educational resources, as well as to improve the quality of learning outcomes. Persons with disabilities are the world's largest minority, accounting for about 15% of the global population. Only 2 years ago, in November 2019, the 193 member states of UNESCO 40th General Conference adopted the UNESCO recommendation on open educational resources, which calls upon all member states to develop supportive policy to encourage inclusive and equitable quality OER. The government of Malaysia was one of the leaders of a multi-stakeholder and global consultation that led to the adoption of this important international standard-setting framework of the United Nations system. The Malaysian government's commitment included hosting the Asian Regional Consultation on OER, organized in Kuala Lumpur in December 2016, which introduced wide-ranging inputs to the 2017 World OER Congress and its Ljubljana Action Plan. This action plan, in turn, was a cornerstone for developing and adopting the 2019 UNESCO OER recommendation. Today, Malaysia again takes a lead internationally by adopting a national policy on inclusive OER. This inclusive OER national policy is the result of a truly multi-stakeholder consultation, which was 2 years in the making. The process included consultations with all national universities in Malaysia, with the heads and experts of the leading organizations and institutions working with persons with disabilities, and on inclusive education in Malaysia. It also involved the leading international experts on OER and universal design for learning. The UNESCO Secretariat wishes to thank Dr. Fong Fook and his colleagues at the Universiti, Malaysia, Sabah, for a leading role in developing with UNESCO this inclusive and multi-stakeholder approach. I wish also to thank national and international partners, including the Malaysian E-Learning Council for Public Universities, the Malaysia Center for E-Learning, the Department of Higher Education of the Ministry of Higher Education, and the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation. A well-designed consultation process has yielded promising results for the global OER community. Indeed, the quality of the policy language in Malaysia's inclusive OER national policy and the highly inclusive process used to develop this text should be used as a model to support other OER stakeholders and policymakers, both downstream and internationally. I thank the Ministry of Higher Education of Malaysia for its support in endorsing this landmark national policy and for its commitment to ensuring the policy's full implementation. In the spirit of transforming this important policy into reality and of making the ongoing digital transformation process more inclusive, UNESCO stands by your side. Let me wish you all every success in this endeavor. Thank you for your attention.
Yes. So, as a very quick response to what was said by Dr. Taufik Telasi, you mentioned that it started in 2016 in Malaysia, and that time Professor Rozahan Idrus, the one who was from USM, later on went to USIM, who took the lead. So actually we stand upon the work done through Professor Rozahan Idrus with COL at that point in time. So you see, we are standing upon the shoulders of actually our giants, our gurus. And also, the participants are also involved, actually the NGOs. So the Association for the Blind were there. You can see Professor Rujita is there. Dr. Abdul Rahman Tang from UMS, who is 100% blind, who is a first-class holder in sejarah. Dear colleagues, you see, this OKU, they are, in terms of IQ, they are really great, but because of no opportunity, so many of them are dropped out from formal education. Well, Dr. Abdul Rahman Tang was saying, that he was fortunate. People were reading to him because he was blind since young, you see. So, the condition. So, may we spend our time to consider how actually to make OER accessible to those OKU along the way. Okay. So, go on, please. We're going to listen now to our Minister of Higher Education at that point in time, and her response holds true until today. Let me say this, how important it is, the IOER policy gazetted by the ministry and also being reinforced, of course, by Professor Dr. Selinda, and it is also embedded in our new Malaysian education blueprint. That's how important it is. There's a way forward. Since it's at a draft level, I cannot release too much about it, but it is that important. Let's go on to listen to our Dr. Noraini Ahmad. Whatever response is good, is better.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and warm greetings. Senator Dr. Ahmad Masrizal Muhammad, Deputy Minister of Higher Education Malaysia, Dr. Taufik Jelasi, Assistant Director General for Communication and Information, the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, Mr. Joe Hironaka, Program Specialist for Digital Innovation and Transformation, Communication and Information Sector, UNESCO, Dr. Sanjaya Mishra, Education Specialist in E-Learning Commonwealth of Learning, Professor Rory McGreal, Chair of the Open Educational Resources International Council for Open and Distance Education, Athabasca University, Dr. Muhammad Zabri Yusof, Deputy Secretary General, Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia, Professor Dr. Husaini Omar, Director General of Higher Education, Technologist Zainab Ahmad, Director General of Polytechnic and Community College, Education Department Malaysia, University representatives, ladies and gentlemen. I am delighted and honored to be with you today for the launching ceremony of the Inclusive Open Educational Resources Policy, the very first policy to address the issue of accessibility of those with disabilities in education. Allow me to begin by sharing with you the background which led to the development of this policy. During the 40th session of the UNESCO General Conference in 2019, UNESCO member states adopted the UNESCO OER Recommendation 2019. The member states were called upon to undertake actions in these 5 areas. First, building capacity of stakeholders to create, access, reuse, adapt, and redistribute OER. Second, developing supportive policy. Third, encouraging inclusive and equitable quality OER. Fourth, nurturing the creation of sustainability models for OER. And finally, facilitating international cooperations. The UNESCO OER Recommendations 2019 supports the mainstreaming of open educational resources to assist all member states in the creation of inclusive knowledge societies with the long-term objective of achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda through 17 Sustainable Development Goals. The 4th SDG on education is essential in achieving the other SDGs. It specifically aims to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. The Education 2030 Framework for Action provides guidelines for the implementation of this goal and its commitments. And Malaysia is committed to bring the OER Recommendation 2019 to the attention of the authorities responsible for education and research in relevant ministries and departments. Since 2019, the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education, through the Academic Excellence Division, higher education institutions, and various agencies, have contributed to the design and development of the national IOER policy. It is important to acknowledge that IOER project was coordinated by UNESCO's appointed consultant, Professor Dr. Fong Fook of Universiti Malaysia Sabah and Mr. Joe Hironaka of UNESCO Paris. The IOER policy is in alignment to several important documents such as the Ljubljana Declaration 2017, the Paris OER Declaration 2012, Commonwealth of Learning Institutional OER Policy Template 2016, Malaysia Education Blueprints and Malaysia Education Act, Articles 40 and 41. The policy is meant to provide an inclusive learning experience with content, activities, and resources that are adaptable to everyone's unique needs with minimal barriers. More than 500,000 individuals in Malaysia are currently registered as disabled, challenged with visual, auditory, speech, physical, or cognitive limitations. To address their needs, the IOER is envisioned to be applied in education to enable all learners, particularly those with disabilities, to learn according to their individual learning styles and preferences. This will help to promote long-term inclusion into wider society of learners with disabilities, particularly through the enhancement of social inclusion and employment opportunities. The national IOER policy is expected to provide direction in the design, development, and the use of inclusive open educational resources to increase access and support quality learning and teaching for all learners in Malaysian institutions under Creative Commons licenses. Ladies and gentlemen, the Malaysian government will promote and implement the IOER that permits no-cost access, reuse, repurpose, adaptation, and redistribution by others within an open licensing framework. At the same time, education institutions will need to develop their respective policy documents to support IOER in alignment with the national IOER policy, taking into consideration their specific needs and resources. The institutions should also play their role in implementing the policy through various actions, such as reviewing course design and development, publishing the IOER policy in consultation with relevant content providers, and implementing suitable IOER activities. The design and delivery of IOER should be universal and flexible through the adoption of assistive as well as information communication technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, I invite everyone to ponder on how we can build capacity, encourage effective, inclusive, and equitable access to quality IOER, and how we can promote as well as reinforce international cooperation to create an inclusive education climate. Before I end, I would like to express my gratitude to all who have contributed to the development of national IOER policy. Together, we can make the vision of an inclusive education a reality in Malaysia. On that note, I hereby officiate the National Inclusive Open Educational Resources Policy. Thank you very much.
Okay, so a very strong, a very brief response to this. All the declaration and the commitment that is mentioned by our Minister of Education at that point in time, Dr. Noorani Ahmad, is still intact in the Ministry of Higher Education. And it can also be seen being embedded in the new Malaysian Education Blueprint. Okay, we shall just proceed to just a very short one from Professor Taufik Yap. Okay. These are all from the mouth of the leaders, our leaders, okay, who are visionary.
Universiti Malaysia Sabah, UMS, is honored to be one of the key parties involved in the design and development of the Inclusive Open Educational Resources IOER policy, which was formulated under the guidance of the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO, the Commonwealth of Learning, Academic Excellence Division, Department of Higher Education Malaysia, Ministry of Higher Education, Malaysian E-Learning Council for Public Universities, the Malaysia Centre for E-Learning MyCell, public and private universities in Malaysia, as well as reviewers from the international communities. All of this was made possible with the generous financial support of the William and Flora Hewlett Foundation. UMS is committed to inclusivity in education and to design and development of open educational resources, OER, to support the policy. Our commitment is reflected in our Open Education Resources, OER, repository, which hosts more than 500 digital teaching and learning material that has been distributed under the Creative Commons licenses and can be accessed by the public across the world. The UMS OER repository is growing steadily as an indication of our resolve to become a leader in OERs and contribute to sustainable development goals. The development of the IOER policy was initiated by Professor Dr. Fong Fook, UNESCO consultant, and his dedicated team in mid-2019. The draft document was subjected to several rounds of consultation with the key stakeholders, which included the different ministries, differently able persons, educational institutions, public policy groups, and panels of experts from across the world. UMS congratulates the Ministry of Higher Education on the launch of this key document, National Inclusive Open Educational Resources Policy, IOER, which will transform the life and abilities of everyone, in particular the differently able individual in Malaysia, by giving them access to educational resources that are vital to the inclusion in society and the contribution to the greater goods of humanity.
For small
So that was our Dato' Taufik Yap, who speak on behalf of all other Vice Chancellors of University Awam. Okay. We shall continue.
Yes, Prof.
I will take note of my time so that Hapipah can stop me anytime. Okay, so I just go faster now, okay? Okay. Go back to the PowerPoint. Yeah. So, dear colleagues, please, whatever comments, whatever feedback, whatever response, whatever concern, please put it in the CADe-Lead. We'll come to it later part. Okay. Are we moving to the next slide? Just a moment. Boleh? Okay. So what happened is that after the policy, then what are the spin-off from the policy? Are you able to see the slides, Dr. Azrina?
Yes, but it is not in the presentation mode.
It's not in the presentation mode. Put presentation slide.
I think, yeah,
I show.
I think probably can enable, okay.
Boleh, yeah? Okay, thank you. So some of the spin-off from the policy was that we have a virtual workshop concerning the design and development of IOER. And that is where it involved all public universities again. So that moment in time, Dr. Wan Johannes was also the director, and there is a link over there given to you. You can click it and listen to what she was sharing at that point in time. And all our materials are actually available over there. Those who want to revisit, how the training took place, what are the contents of the training are all given there. In that particular, we have 3 phases. Phase 1 is the workshop, and the time is virtual because of the COVID problem. And then phase 2, we have actually, we call it as touch point. So spread over a period of about 3 to 4 months, where our consultant, who is Dr. Diane Chambers, who is a specialist in technology as well as child education. So she was leading us, and we were able to get trained by her with a group of facilitators. Next slide, please. So the facilitators that supported are all experts in universal design for learning, and was headed by Dr. Chong Chao Ming from, again, your university, UPM, together with those who are from UPM and also from UPSI. Okay, a big thank you to all the facilitators who were able to moderate and support all the different groups of participants. Go on. And there was a showcase from that. So due to the COVID and all, things were drag. And the showcase finally came only in January 2024. Hey, baru tahun ini lah. Okay, and Professor Dr. Azrina okay, did mention something. And because it was so still current, okay, we must listen to her because she is our Director General of Higher Education, people who are independent of politics, you know, and seeing the way forward for IOER. Move to the next slide first. Okay, so during that time, from UNESCO Bangkok, okay, the director is there, and Dr. Azrina saying a closing word. So all those links are given to you. Due to time factor, we'll not listen to all of them, but I encourage all of you this evening to just go and listen to actually what they say. And you will see, you know, that the Ministry of Higher Education is 100% supporting and driving the implementation of IOER. And that is why I say it is also embedded in the Malaysian Education Blueprint for 2026 until 2035. Okay, go on. Okay. I think due to time factor, maybe we don't even have a chance to listen to Professor, our Director General. So we'll just go on first. Now, dear colleagues, this year we had a survey among our students and lecturers for content mastery. What do we need? And there were a lot of lists. But the one that stands out very strongly was textbook. The students were crying out, we need quality textbook. Yes, they're in the library, but cuma ada 10 copy. But our students here, 200 people in the course, mana cukup. So for content mastery, lecturers and students from there, you can see, the students say, limited availability of textbook in the library, high cost of textbook, mana boleh dapat beli. And majority of our students here, a lot are B40 group people. And many of different learning styles. So some need textbook. Some people say, tak perlu lah. Nowadays, I can just Google. But some people need standard quality textbook to guide them. The lecturers say, copyright concerns lah. That's why it's very hard for us to share. Limited knowledge skills to produce textbook. So based upon this problem statement, we went ahead with something called the open book. Next. So we contacted our Commonwealth of Learning again, and in November 2023 in UMS, we have our UMS lecturers selected, as well as 10 lecturers. There Dr. Wan Johannes duduk di depan sana, okay? And you can see also from Universiti Awam, there are 10 of them over here, including the one from Simeo Sen pun ada di sini, the one from Melaka, Special Education Unit. Okay, so our trainer, that time, due to technical issue, she couldn't fly over. Everything booked already, but she couldn't fly over. So we had to do it virtually. Okay, and Indira from India, an expert. Go on. The hasil, we came out with something, we are able to have a platform, and we are able now to produce something called Openbook, which is OER textbook. Okay, and there was a launching in June by our pengurusi LPU Dr. Sri Panglima. Okay, go on. This is the one that you can access, is available online. And dear colleagues, when you enter, you will see that, you know, there are very few copies, and whatever that is placed over there, they undergo very robust review before they can be published in this open book in our repository, and they are given ISBN also. Not too many at the moment, maybe about Hapipah will tell you afterwards, okay? But we are encouraging new lecturers also to contribute. Eventually, we hope, that all our courses can be supported by open books. Go on. Statistic of OKU, the one in 2023 shows, that there are more than 500,000, over 1,000 people who are registered, okay. And through all the states, you can see that there are big number. And again, dear colleagues, they are, how would you put it now? They are not able to catch up, with formal education because we do not consider them in the design and development of our educational resources. So our books, what of the blind one? Are they able to access it? Unless, they are in a format that the screen reader can read for them, isn't it? The videos that they produce, okay, those who are deaf cannot hear. So are they being customized in such a way that there are caption titles also being given and so on, So there are various kind of inclusive features that ought to be considered when we produce our educational resources. Again, Dr. Abdul Rahman Tang, example, is 100% blind. And again, as I say, because of the opportunity given to him, the support given to him at that point in time, he was one of the fortunate, lucky ones. But not many were so lucky to him. Nobody are able to sit together with you and read for you. He came out first class again, as I say. Okay, go on. So we hope, that through inclusive OER policy, we are finally able to remove all the barriers so that our educational resources become inclusive, able to be accessed, able to be inclusive to all, especially those with disabilities. And afterwards, Hapipah will show you how we make use of Pressbook, okay, to develop a platform where the materials can also become inclusive to those who are having certain disabilities. Go on, please. Okay, so again, we need, there are all kinds of disabilities. So there is a consideration, okay, can we incorporate ramps to support inclusive accessibility to OER? So much online, but so many are not accessible to those with different disabilities. You want to go inside that particular shop, you need a ramp. Otherwise, those in wheelchair cannot masuk. Go on. So we know equal opportunities for persons with disabilities often drop out from formal education. Now that is serious, okay? Again, I bring in Dr. Rahman Tang's example, okay? He was fortunate. So we, may I call upon our academic colleagues here, please invest, I call upon you to invest a portion of the time to look into inclusivity in the materials that you produce. Go on. Accessibility is not about disability. It's actually about ability. It's about making it easy for everyone to acquire the same information, engage in the same interaction, enjoy the same services. Who can make this true? We are the one who can turn it into action. Go on. Assistive technology. So the call, dear colleague, invest your time and effort in your R&D. Okay, how could you innovate, create to realize inclusiveness in the educational resources that you produce, especially, through all the grants, the funding that you receive from who? From the public. And who are the public? Many of them are contributing to you. Hey, the children are disabled, So how they hope that your product could also support inclusiveness and accessibility to their loved one. Go on. So may I call that we consider a shift? Go on. The benefits, okay, a lot. And I think I will skip all this already. Okay, skip. Okay, so our Vice Chancellor, okay, Dato Kasim, okay, is all 100% supporting the IOER implementation in Malaysia, in UMS, and of course in Malaysia. Go on. just October, November, December, baru saja lah, I was interviewed by UNESCO Paris concerning IOER initiative in Malaysia. Go on. And they produced a video. And the video is only 1 minute, so I think they can play it. Okay. Sedato, please play the video. It's just 1 minute plus. It's concerning UNESCO recognizing our initiative in Malaysia. This in Malaysia. So they produced a video here. And this video was actually shown and looked for 2 days in the UNESCO World OER Congress. And who were looking at it? 194 nations, 500 participants were watching it. Okay, let's have a look at the video. Okay. Produced by UNESCO. Globally, the movement towards open education is gaining momentum, but we in Malaysia felt the need to specifically focus on inclusivity and accessibility of open educational resources. Malaysia's IOER policy is a pioneering effort to ensure that OER materials are designed with the needs of all learners in mind, including those with disabilities and those from the rural or even the disadvantaged communities.
Malaysia's IOR policy was backed up by a cabinet decision which reinforced the government's commitment to bridging the educational gaps.
Our goal was to align with global OER standards while addressing the unique needs of Malaysia.
So I think that other countries can benefit from similar high-level endorsement, ensuring IOER becomes an integral part of national education agenda.
We hope to set a benchmark for inclusive digital education worldwide. Okay. We go back to the PowerPoint, and this production was actually sent out to all UNESCO member states, 194 of them now. Okay, I'll go super fast now. Look at the yes, so this was in 19th to 20th November, baru saja lah, okay, in Dubai. And these are all the OER crazy people. Okay, go on. Yeah, that's right. So you see, they put the video and the display looping there non-stop. Okay, go on. So Malaysia is one of them. Okay, so the OER milestone, IOER is taken to be one exemplary practice for the world to see. Okay, go on. I was also invited as a panelist concerning how we came up with the policy. Go on. Okay, so continue. Okay, and I think I conclude with this because we came up with Dubai OER Declaration 2024 in Dubai, and one of the conclusion they're still in the draft. Later on, when it's all endorsed, we'll be sharing to everyone, including, of course, to UPM. The third UNESCO World OER Congress reaffirmed transformative potential of OER as a cornerstone for equitable and inclusive access to knowledge in the digital age. By harnessing emerging technologies, including AI, and embracing open solutions aligned with the principles of digital public goods, the global community can foster innovation while addressing challenges related to access, intellectual property, and sustainability. Through collaborative action, we can ensure that OER remains a catalyst for lifelong learning and an enabler for a fairer, more knowledge-driven future for all. So AI, emerging technologies, which is what UPM is. I heard every Wednesday in the lunch hours, you have this kind of episode going on. So congratulations UPM taking the lead. Memang AI will be refining the definition of OER will be modified because of AI. You know, the hasil that comes out at the moment is taken to be in public domain. Is that good news? Go on. Copyright Office refused to register works entirely generated by AI. So anything that comes up from AI generation from cannot be copyrighted in the conventional manner. So where is it? Where to place it? Apparently, it belongs to you, the one who promised. And apparently, it is in the public domain. So you can take it. Okay, this is where I'm very careful with my words, because they're still coming up with a real definition of OER incorporating AI. Can it be a public domain property where you can now take it and register it as a CCBY, SA? Okay. It's still open to definition. You'll be coming up from the Dubai Declaration. Go on. Okay. Go on. This is a repository. Okay. Okay, this mashup rubric is important. Go on. Okay. I will have no time for this, but I list here and they're clickable. You can click in and you can see that there are many OER textbooks. So again, as I say, you want to produce your book, you go to OER Common, you go to Merlot, you go to Pressbook, BC Campus. Hey, CCBY books are there. So you can produce a book within a month and a minute. Go on. Okay, go on. Okay. Micro-credential courses by Commonwealth of Learning is available. Go on. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my sharing is until here, and I hope that whatever comments, whatever feedback, whatever concern, you please put it into the Padlet, and we will come back to it if time permit. So I now pass it to Puan Hapipah, our technologist, Puan Hapipah. Okay, you're still over here? Don't you be here?
Boleh dengar? Oh, mute
Boleh,
sedikit.
Puan Hapipah, tapi dia ada echo boleh tak?
Sekejap saya mute tempat Prof.
Ni okey dah.
Okay, okay. Assalamualaikum. Good morning. Okay, saya akan demo what we have in our open book. Before that, kita tengok overview dululah what we have in our open book through this video. Actually, we launched this one this year. We just start to promote using our open book this year lah, actually. Okay, I share apa yang kita ada lah dalam open book. Actually, open book ni important for UMS because UMS for our dana mengurus untuk pembelian material of reference ni kurang. So, kita tidak dapat subscribe banyak buku dan kita juga tidak dapat banyak duit untuk penerbitan lah. So, due to that, so we develop this one and then this one is collaboration with call jugalah. Okay, I share dari sini. This is the open book. Sekejap ya. Saya share screen. Dah nampak ya? Okay, this is my open book.
Kejap Puan Hapipah, belum nampak lagi. Kalau dekat saya belum nampak lagi, saya tak tahu. How about the others? Dah nampak ke?
Belum lagi.
Belum lagi. Sharing tapi tak nampak. Sekejap ya.
While waiting, nanti kita akan ada sessions, question and answer. I think it's good also for everybody to prepare questions to Prof. Okay, so probably he can answer us and provide suggestions so that how can we move forward with OER, inshallah.
Okay, ini adalah kita punya dashboard lah untuk buku. Untuk buku ni, actually kita ada beberapa method untuk create buku. So untuk create buku actually sama standard macam kita create sama standard macam kita create buku secara manual actually. Buku secara manual adalah di mana kita menyediakan manuskrip terlebih dahulu lah. Kalau dekat sini kita boleh create buku menggunakan clone ataupun create. Sebab menggunakan 5R tu kita ada beberapa method of create books lah. Okay. Dia nampak. Dia boleh nampak. Cuma Prof tak nampak.
Nampak.
Okay, untuk create book actually dia ada beberapa ini adalah dashboard akan menunjukkan because this one Syai login as administrator. So kita akan nampaklah administrator semua, tapi kalau kita adalah sebagai penulis buku sahaja, kita akan nampak apakah buku yang ada kat kita. Okay, so we create book now. Example lah, as simple as kita nak kurangkan because kita nak menulis tetapi kita tidak punya masa. So we have a 3 method of write book. So first method adalah kita tulis buku secara manualnya, sama seperti kita menulis buku conventional style. Kedua adalah menulis buku menggunakan clone. Saya nak senang, kita kata boleh adapt and remix kan. So kita clone lah buku siapa-siapa yang kita berminat nak clone. Sekejap ya. Link buku. Please is going to be in bahasa. No, okay. Okay, we create book from this book actually. Kita ambil buku daripada OER Start Kit. Okay, the source of the book actually. Okay, we just type in where is the source of the book and then we clone the book. So in here is where we're going to put our OER. I just put actually I put Noha. This is easy for me to delete this book actually. OER start a kit. Okay, I clone this book. Less than 5 minutes. I can create exactly the book from this publisher.
Means that
Okay,
the
create
book,
the target book.
Puan,
Clone the metadata. Clone all the chapter. Clone all 21 parts in the book. Okay, we create this book. Yes, the book we create must be in 5 type of license. The book with the OER license. We cannot clone another people book. Okay. Okay. So now I can see from my book list, OER starter kit. Okay, we go to the book that just now we create. Just now we clone. Okay. this is the exactly book. So we visit the book. Okay, this is the book. Exactly everything, including the cover, will be cloned. Okay, before we didn't remix, we didn't adapt, we didn't change anything. Okay. Okay, this is the contents of the book, actually. Okay, I just go to the metadata. Okay, this one will be indicate the book source is clone version of OER starter kit by the original blah and blah blah blah. Okay, and then also stated here unlicensed CBY contributions license. Okay, here. So is the clone is retained? Okay, actually the clone is retained, but you can remake if, okay, this is retained without any changes. Okay, but by right, you should, when you want to use, maybe you want to remix or you want to adapt, you want to change with something, you can add a few things. Okay, I go back to the, this is the output. Okay, we can read the book. Okay, we can read the book and everything in the book. Okay, I go to the book. Okay, from the book, actually, when we create the book, just now we clone. Before I go deeper to every book, actually, I go to create book. Let's say this is to create a new book from fresh. Okay, fresh, I put Noha 2. Just now Noha 1. This is Noha 2 because I want to make it easy for me. Okay, Noha 2, I put Tableau. I want to write another book. Okay, this book, I share with you the method of write a book, the title of the book. Essential of data. The title of the book is Data Visualization with Tableau. With Tableau. Okay, I create a book. Just create. Okay, I can see this one. Actually, this is my new book. Matters, main bodies and back matters. Okay, so this one, because I create from zero. Okay, so what I want to do, because I'm busy, I write everything in Word. I stand it in Word. Hold on, and then I can import this book to this platform. Hold on. I show you. Okay, this is the book from DOC file. Okay, when I organize, I saw this one, I can see this one, I can add, but I don't want to add at the moment because I want to show you how we create book. Import everything from the OC file. We go to import. When we import, actually, we have a few methods of import file. We can import from Words, we can import from Office, import from Pressbook to another Pressbook, and also can import from web page. So now I import upload or import from URL. Now I import from DOC book, DOC, DOX, DOCX, and then I choose my file. This is my file in my C file just now. Before that, I share what is my file in download just now. Okay, the basic thing we need to do in our file is the basic format of this one. Actually, this is the book, but we just put a basic format. Yep. This is the basic format. We have, okay, this is the TOC, this is the content. If we don't have a TOC, it's okay. Table of content, we don't have a content completely, it's okay. We can add in later. We only have, okay, preface, because this book is complete actually. I received from one of our author. We can create for him less than 5 minutes. Okay, the most important is the format. Example, this one. You have a chapter. This one, you want to put a chapter, you put a formatting. This one will be a format of heading 1, example. Heading 1, heading 2, and so on. Heading 1 will be a chapter. Okay. So we have a few chapters in this book. Okay, we go to the source. Okay, now I import this book. Okay, I begin import. And normally we will go through the format of the document, the doc file, to ensure the file is import correctly. Okay, you can see when we import, the computer will be automatically based on TOC just now. Just now the TOC, this one, I go to this book, they have a few books, a few chapters. Okay. Chapter 1, chapter 3, chapter, blah, 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 all the number of chapter. Okay, we have, because currently we recommend all our author to write at least 5 chapter. So for this book, actually we have 8 chapter, 1 glossary. Chapter will be in main body. Okay, this one is okay. I just want everything will be in front matters, because book just now will be have 3 section: main, front matters, chapters, and back matters. Okay, what I want to put in front matters, I put everything this one until chapter 1. We paste. Okay. And then chapter 1 until chapter 8 in chapter, glossary in back matters. Okay. Okay. And then I select all. Okay, I show everything in web. So I import. Okay, this open book, actually we can embed with a few things. If you embed with video, automatically will import. but for the plugin, we cannot automatically import. In some plugin, we still need to insert all the material. Okay, this computer a little bit slow, error. Saya tak tahu lah.
Puan Hapipah, dia tak ada apa-apa ke?
Just now import failed due to we open the same
Kena
file
tunggu.
active in another file in another session. Still error. We can import. Okay, I go to the when we import this book, actually we can see the book informations. Indeed, this book information actually we update the detail of the book information. I put the author. I am on author. Put another one. I add contributors first. Put my name. Okay, Hapipah, and then edit Hapipah as go back to the organize of the book. Add user to this book. So add Hapipah as a book. Yes. As a book co-author. Okay. So when I log in as Hapipah, actually I can also I can collaborate to write this book. Okay. So from this book, actually, when we organize, we can see we have introduction. We can edit this one. We can write new thing if we add new chapter, or we add a new thing. Add new item here. You can save and preview. We can edit back this one. If we go to organize, we can add, because just now we only have introductions, we can add new parameters. These parameters we call prepave. We add preface here. We put the order. Actually, when we write the pre-page, we can select which one, the recommended pre-page from this open book. Actually, we can have acknowledgement, we can dedication, we can epigraph. Okay, this is pre-page. Okay, and then the owner is author. We change owner to Hapipah. Okay, let's create. Is how the pre-page look like. So we can see from our content, we have introduction, we have pre-page, and we have all the chapter. Okay, so we go to organize book back. Okay, this one is when we want to write the book and then want to show everything in web, show during export, or show the title. Okay, same goes to this. I add another chapter. This is chapter 2A. Chapter 2A content. I create this one. Actually, if I go back to organize, we can see we have chapter A, 2A, and then this one. Let's say we want to move up, we can move up. We can move down. Okay. This is all the chapter. Okay, and then we can see this one just now is a back matters. Okay, I create one. I go back to this one dashboard. Actually, I go to edit book. I want to share something in edit book. Actually, this is the list of author. Okay, I add new author. I add reviewer. Example, I remove Prof Fong from author. Sorry, Prof.
Boleh.
And I remove Eugenia also from author.
Okay, these two guys will be our reviewer. So I add Eugenia and Prof Fong as reviewer. Okay, I add all the detail of the book. Who is the publisher? Where is the publisher is? Publication date is only when we receive the ISBN, and we put the ISBN number, and then if we have DOI, we put DOI, and then we write the subject of this book. If we have additional subject, we put the additional subject. This one tulis sajalah ya, multimedia. Because this is the main subject, primary subject is the art. So I just put the general topic here. Okay, this is of type of license. Just now during Prof punya sessions, what is the type of license? Actually, we can select. Actually, this platform can be used for write all the type of books. Actually, this platform are used by aggregator to write a book, because this book not only can publish from our site, this also can publish from our, let's say they want to sell the book. Okay, so from any social media. So this is a type of the book. So automatically memang ada this type lah. We have all right reserve, we have CCBY, we have CCBY SA, we have NC, this ND, and then all type in public domain. Okay, we select attribute alike. And then this is the notice. Normally we write as publisher, we write the right notice of this one. What is the content, what is everything, what is the notice, copyright notice. And then we put the book description, the short description about this book. Short description, and this one is long description. Okay, we save this book. Okay, because we want to share this book with others actually. In my organize, I add one more at the back. At the back matters, what I add one more, which is this one. Image will automatically import. I share with you, hold on. Dr. Nobiha, I come back later with your question to answer your question. Okay, this is contributors. Contributors, okay, I just select this one is contributors. Save this one. Okay, this one automatically ada contributors. When I preview this one, actually all the detail about the contributors will be shown here in the books. Contributors, the author name, the detail. This one subject to what the information that you update. Because this one, this book, actually this contributors just now, we didn't put complete data. Okay, if we update Prof Fong, edit Prof Fong, put Prof Fong punya expertise. Multimedia, this is for your affiliation actually, multimedia education. Okay, so this one will update this one so we can see when we run this book, this contributed page, actually we can see about Prof Fong. Okay. Okay, I go back to the questions asked by Dr. Nobiha. Okay, this example, this is a link, OER link. Let's say we have another link from, I open YouTube, any OER starter kits. I go to YouTube. Okay, this one, example.
So welcome everyone. Joanne and I are excited to be speaking to you today about OER. For those who may be new to this term, OER stands for Open Educational Resources.
I tutup dia. Hold on, I have to check. This material must be CC license. Okay, so I want to use this video into my book. I add this video to my book. Example, I already copied the link. I just put here. I enter. I save. I preview. So this is just now the new embed OER video. Okay. Okay, soalan Dr. Nobiha. If videos automatically will be copied, if photo we have some problem. Single photo will be copied automatically. But if the photo have a combinations of photo, you have to make sure that photo must be cropped properly and then in one picture. If not, that picture will be separate as original picture. So you have combination with arrow, with picture, some picture you already crop. So you will get back the original picture. So you have to edit back. How do you know the video see, okay, just now I share the OER. This is the YouTube. You go to YouTube and you go more. You can see the license below here. Here, this license. So this is how we check. Or when you run the YouTube, actually you can filter. Mana itu filter? Hold on. Example, I go to OER. When I filter, actually this one I can filter CC comments. So all this material is CC license. Okay, I can copy this. Okay, this one. Okay. Okay, I put second video. Paste the link, save, preview. You can see the second video come up. Okay. Okay, we go next. Okay. We add something on the left. Actually, we can see a few things which when we add the video, actually we have to put the credit to the video. When we take someone materials, we have to put credit. So we have to put credit. Example, this is same as we have to follow APA format. So we put the title of the video, by whom, and then what is the license type. Okay. If you create your own material, you type what is the title of your materials. Okay, by who? That is by your original the creator name, and then what is the type of the license that you're going to share with others. Okay. This is another thing about the media. Actually, let's say example, we have another media we want to add to our book. Just now we import, now we want to add. So we add media from all our item. We insert that media. Add new media. We select from our file. Select type of media. PNG file. Thank you. Add thank you. So just add and save the file. We fill out all the details. We just upload the data. Okay. So we go back to our file. Introductions just now. Edit this one, add that media. Add media, we select the media just now from we already add media, or we can also add the media drop here without drop from the media from the left. We just drag and drop to this file. Okay, so we insert this file. But this file must be in one single photo. Okay. Okay, this is the media. Go back to the book. Okay, from the book, actually, we can see a few things. We can see user way. User way, I will touch later. Admin only, admin can see this one. But the user can see the accessibility later. Now we go to the H5P. H5P is the interactive, all the interactive video. Actually, we can create new one. This one same as another Moodle, everything, because this is plugin. We just create a simple one, simple questions. This is for our activity and exercise. Okay, we have one answer, three answers, ABC. The answer ABC. Correct. Okay. B. Okay, A and B. Okay, we save and then we can see this answer. We can go back to our book. So we were going to embed these questions to our book. Go to chapter 2 just now, chapter 2A. This one. Put the question answer. Just add the H5P ID. Save and preview. So just okay. Example, we want to reuse or embed, we can reuse back. Can we import? Okay, to import the H5P, actually we can reuse. Okay, use back the sign reuse. We can download this one. We take this one, we download. Okay, and then we add at our, go back to this one, chapter 2. But before we add, we can go back to our dashboard, organize our book. Actually, we can see on the right, on the left, actually the H5P. Okay, either we want to add here or we can add at our book, exactly the location that we want to add. Okay, just now we go back to chapter 2, we just add at the end. Add one more, another H5P. We insert the H5P. The existing H5P in our library. After we add in our library, this is our library actually. This one we can upload. Just now we download from others, so we upload. Okay, we can use previous file of H5P from another file. So we upload to in our library and then we add into our chapter 2. Okay, this is second question. Okay, save and preview. We can see this book actually. Okay. I try to access this book. Hold on, because just now this is under Saidatul. Actually, we can collaborate writing this book. Actually, when Saidatul using writing, I also can write, but the message will be. To start OER for educators. Example, I want to write this book. Okay, let's say I second author. Just now I want to change. I take over dulu and then I take over, I add something. Added by Hapipah. In my screen, actually you cannot see that one because we are using two machines. Okay, so you can see from Shy machine actually can take over just now. And then added by Hapipah. So I add one more time. Okay, you can see the changes. Actually, I can take over from one author to another author. Only the weakness is we cannot write a co-writer at one time. But this one can switch and swap. Actually, the system, the engine will switch and swap whoever write on pre-page also. Okay, Shai will share back to our row that we can see the revisions. Go back to the book, go to admin, go to the book, go to the pre-page, organize the book, go to the pre-page. We can see, we can tracking. So just now I writing, so can Shai take over, so can see the revisions. Revisions is admin, Just now Shai login as admin, and then Hapipah make changes and Hapipah make another changes. So you can see, can track the changes made by whom. Okay. Okay, I go to the accessibility function on the right. Accessibility function on the right actually to help for the special need. This is we go to the contrast. Actually, we can customize actually the light, the contrast, the full contrast. This one black, turn to black, turn back to light, and then we can adjust. And then this is another text. We can make the text bigger during the, this one before we, this is during the development, but we also can read, when we read the book, actually this, because I've opened the screen, okay, we open the screen as read mode, go back to the read mode. Example, this is the user, when user read the book, actually read the book, we can see on the right button is next page, left button is the previous page, and then this one go up. Okay, we go to accessibility. Accessibility, we go to contrast. We can see this contrast. Okay, and then we bigger the text. We can bigger and smaller the text. We can put the text spacing go up supaya nampak go up. Okay, we can text spacing. The text will be spaced accordingly, and then we play this. Yes, the answer from Dr. Nobiha, yes, we can import the H5P content. Okay, pause animation, example, we animate this. And then we can pause the video. And so we, this one, Alicia, this is the front, the font. So the font will be changed accordingly based on the type. Okay, Alicia friendly. And then we can use a guide when we read the book using a big cursor. We can put a big cursor so we can highlight where, let's example, when we teach or we guide someone, we can use the reading mask. Okay, we can put the reading guide also. Okay, we have a toolkit. We can put our toolkit, can add on. And then this one, we space our line. Okay, and then this is where, let's say we are convenient to read. Sometimes when we create a book, we not put the alignment in good alignment. So sometimes we are messy with reading. So we can adjust the justification, justify either the alignment to the left, to the right, to the center. Okay. Salutation. This is the basically the accessibility, the available current for the moment. We have this type. Okay, this book actually, example, this book I want to make available for others to export. And when you export, actually you can print in a, or you can export in a few format. Okay, example, this is export. This book actually I allow the export format for PDF for print, PDF for digital distribution, EPUB, press book, and also cartridge, ataupun in a open another format, another two formats. Okay, example, we set common one, printing, distribution, EPUB. Okay. For the moment, this book will not publish. Now we are going to share when we share this, we display or we try to access this book. Actually, when we visit this book, how it would look would see and would like to, okay. Okay, from here we cannot see the download. After we put in reading mode, we can see the, we can see the type of book that we can export. Go to setting. Actually, normally this one, admin is the one who do this. Okay, we share the privacy setting, actually the book visibility, the book content, and then also share with the latest export. So we save. When we save, okay, automatically we can see on the right, we can see download this book. So we just now we open 3 type. So we download in PDF, example, PDF digital. So this one, this is how the book look like. Okay, this one just now because we write this book, some book we allow to be printed. This one we check all can be printed. Can be so we can print everything. So we print every page actually. This one is digital. If we go to the print out, print PDF, this one is subject to the format that we set. So we can see this one, the format will be in the PDF format. Okay, this book, because we not adjust yet, so that's why the alignments go not correct at the moment, a few page. Okay. Okay, actually, that's only what we have in the book. Okay. Okay, Prof. Any questions?
There's a question here, how does IOER benefit blind people? How will your how will this book benefit blind people?
For 100% blinds, no, actually. For those, we have a few percentage, yes. So we cannot help for 100% because this book cannot convert to the voice for the moment. Screen video can read.
Yes.
Tapi Puan Hapipah, if let's say that we write the book like using Word or Canva, so it can still be uploaded lah kan?
Dr. Azrina?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Oh, I'm not. No, sorry, I'm not.
Boleh ke kalau kita write the book, create the book, I mean not from the open book tool, but we use Word,
Sorry,
Canva.
we reach out your audio just now. Baru saja boleh dengar.
Okay.
Can you repeat, please?
Okay, my question is it possible if we write the book using Word or Canva, then we upload later? Can lah kan? Possible lah. Is it possible?
Possible using Word.
Okay.
Okay, using Word macam tadi demonstrated by Puan Hapipah.
Yeah, okay, true. Right.
Okay, and just now question concerning how will it benefit the blind people? Dengan screen reader, of course, it will narrate.
Yeah, true. Because if 100% also we have to have audio.
Yes. Yeah. It is the problem of, sometimes when in the university, there are notice, ada pengumuman, and then the notice, and the notice, it needs to be in a readable format by the screen reader. So the
True.
administrators, who are sending out the notice, should understand this,
Okay.
that it needs to be screen reader sensitive.
Okay. Prof, how do you persuade lah, I guess, the lecturers to go for IOER?
Sorry, what did you say again?
How do you persuade
Oh,
lecturers, influence or whatever,
yeah,
them
yeah.
to probably use IOER?
Yeah. So this is a very, very good question. And this is where I think, because you may not be having your OKU student before you, you see. So because of that, there is no desire to actually make
True.
things inclusive. Yeah. But if
Yeah.
you have the thoughts, that your material, your book that you're going to produce is also able to go beyond your university to other university awam, and to the world, because in the moment you make it into an OER textbook, like open book, the one that access is actually global, international. So we must also bear in mind that there are 15% of the population that are kokot, having a certain kind of OKU, different kind of OKU.
Yes.
So yeah, not too many people, but again, we want to make sure that kokot, no one is left behind.
Okay. All right.
So the
like-
persuasion is actually a call for empathy,
yeah.
that who are the people who can help to produce all these inclusive consideration, inclusive features? Me and you.
Yep.
The people who are kokot lah, we are able people.
Okay.
Okay. So we need to understand and comprehend, that due to their disadvantage, they are not able to access it. So we know. So we need to take the effort.
Okay. Is there any what we call not initiative or any it's not the right word. Compensation also is not the right word lah. Macam, so we are in the KPI world. Okay. So is there any initiative or compensations, probably not in the monetary
Incentive.
incentive. Okay, that the UMS awarded or give to the lecturers who want to do this.
At the moment,
Hmm.
all the OER that is produced by our lecturers
Okay.
are rewarded. So as long as they upload it into our repository, then at year end, they can all be reported and it will be considered, they are all considered for marks under the
Okay.
LMPT.
I think it also can be considered as a publication, right? Under book, right?
Yes, at the moment, they are considered as a general publication.
Okay.
You're right.
Okay.
But those who produce, for example, e-book, open book,
Okay.
okay. So the university is now making arrangement to recognize it as full-fledged academic book.
Okay, that's good.
Because to produce the open book, it is not just text, you see, but a lot of multimedia.
So many, resources.
So a lot of effort.
Material.
A lot of effort. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I think through the project like Open Book, which you all can also be involved, then you can co-write, you can collaborate with authors from across other universities. Okay, that's one, which is demonstrated some by Puan Hapipah. Another one, of course, is that Puan Hapipah started with cloning a book. Okay, when you clone the book, it means that you take the whole book and put it there. Now, you modify. So by taking chapter 1 and chapter 5, take it away and ganti dengan your own content. There you are. So it's fast track.
Mm.
And again, who monitor, that what you're producing of a quality that comply to the academic standard of the university? The reviewers.
Ah.
So that's why your reviewers are very important.
Okay.
They must be people who are of that particular field, that particular bidang,
Mm.
okay? And they are acknowledged academics.
Okay.
Okay. So I think that one is still a challenge.
Yep.
It's still a challenge, yeah.
Okay.
Because now having a platform like this, Tom and Harry can simply create a book
A
and
book.
throw it in.
Ah.
So that kind of quality control, I
Yeah,
think the
yeah, true
university,
indeed.
you have your own reviewer punya board. I think that is
Ah,
important.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
The penerbitan still must go through the whole process, like normal penerbitan.
Okay.
Yes, too.
Okay, it's interesting. Okay. Is there any questions from the audience as well? We are nearly 12 o'clock. Ada soalan-soalan lain yang mungkin ada dekat Minda sementara Prof masih ada? Biasalah Prof, sekarang pun kita di
I feel very
pasar.
strongly. I feel very strongly,
Yeah.
Dr. Azrina and dear colleagues, okay, that quote, we the able ones need on one hand to make things inclusive, and we are example, just a simple example. Let me tell you a real story. Okay, there is somebody who is only able to communicate with you using sign language. Okay, and running to you, and making this kind of sign. Look, can you see the sign, Dr. Azrina?
Yeah, sorry. I have
Somebody,
students.
okay. Just imagine, I can only communicate dengan sign language to you. I run to you and I make this sign to you. So what would you think I'm trying to say to you?
Yeah, good.
Good. Yeah. Can the others in the chat group, can you please put what you understand by this?
Well done. Good
Well
work.
done. Good.
Yeah.
Please look at the chat upon Hapipah. What else is going on? Now I come to you, running to you and doing this. Yeah, excellent. Good. Well done. The real meaning of this, those who understand sign language, means tolong saya, tolong. And I just got robbed by somebody. I just got an accident. I run to you and you say, good, well done, excellent. I mean, they are being misunderstood. So my story here, is that the people who are having a certain disability, they are actually being misunderstood, not being understood. Why? Because we are not able to understand their language.
Yeah, true.
So we are the people who actually can now bring in some tools to help them assess the understanding of real knowledge. Okay. I think we need to have more empathy. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
true.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I think
understand.
this way you need to bring in your psychology people from your UPM, okay, to see how to encourage many more people to come on board to bring in inclusiveness. We really don't understand.
True.
Because of this, we're not aware, we don't have the empathy. So maybe invest a little bit of our time to include inclusiveness in our R&D.
True.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Fong and team, for I think it's very eye-opening, interesting topics and sharing session. Kate, can we have a picture of everybody? Boleh, Azri?
Boleh, Doktor.
Jom. Okay, kalau participants, Boleh switch on the camera. Okay, nanti Azri cakap lah 1, 2, 3 ke.
Okey. Masih menunggu. Okey, ada lagi ke nak join?
Lagi. Pukul 12 ni. Semua dah tepu dah.
Okey, 1, 2, 3. Okey, one more. Okey, 1, 2. Okey, 1, 2, 3. Okey, Doktor.
Okay, terima kasih Azri. Again, on behalf of CADe, I think we would like to thank Professor Fong and team for excellent sharing session. I think so many things, okay, that we can learn, and probably we'll have a discussion at CADe on how to move forward lah after the sharing session. Okay, so to all the audiences as well, we thank for your patience and I think interest, okay, from this webinar. So hopefully you can also bring that to your faculty or department to discuss these issues or this aspect. As Prof. Fong mentioned just now, it's all about empathy. And we want the knowledge to be shared by not only normal people, but also for special needs or disability persons. Okay, so with this, thank you everybody and have a nice lunch. Bye-bye. Thank you, UMS.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you.